Hey guys, what's up? It's Stylus D87 here. Just thought I'd bring a deck profile here of the deck I use at UK Nationals and the European Cardfight Vanguard Finals. This deck got me second place in the UK Nationals and it got me third place in the European Finals. I have to admit, I absolutely loved every moment of using this deck. A lot of people have been asking me about deck profile, so I thought I'd just post a quick video up. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I wanted to keep it under wraps for Nationals just in case anybody saw it and saw the potential possibly behind it. But yeah, I'll basically just show every card quickly and then I'll just give you a brief explanation as to why I used it, and then hopefully sometime during the week I'll make a video showing exactly what I would do with the deck, with the combinations and everything. Okay, so first up, Cardfight Vanguard. Girl who crossed the gap. No need to explain her really, to be honest. Brilliant starter. She's got a really good effect when you can counter blast one, send it to soul, and then you can bring out anything you want from the soul. Perfect card, especially in this deck. 4 poison juggler and 2 dynamite juggler. So I've started to use 6 crits as of late. I think that this number has become pretty good. I can't really complain about it. It worked perfectly. I got my crits usually when I really needed them, and I like the skill obviously of the 3k boost and you can put into soul, especially in a deck where you can actually bring them back out and give another 3k to something, and also give the boost to your Vanguard as well with the effect that she uses. So I'm gonna let you guess which Vanguard I use mainly. Okay. Next up is 4 Rainbow Magicians and 2 Flyer. Great draw power in the deck. I thought to myself at Nationals, if I'm going to get damage, I don't want to get my criticals. So if I were to run 8 crits, I'd have less of a chance of gaining more than just the 5k boost from the trigger. So I thought if I use 6 draw triggers, it could help my hand, as well as if I took damage I can also gain a card so I can guard with. Helped a lot, and it happened so many times in my matches where I would hit the draws and then I could draw one on guard. Okay, Popcorn Boy, standard heal really. 4 Hades Hypnotist, perfect guard. I like using 4 in my decks. I've been doing it for a while now. They seem to work perfectly fine. I even got to one game, I think it was top 8, I believe it was. I actually had 4 of these in my hand before I got to grade 3. So yeah, when you got these guys in your hand, you know you've got a pretty good chance of holding out against the big decks. 4 Turquoise Beast Tamers. Brilliant, especially when you've got yourself a Crimson Beast in your soul. 9k. So strong, and it makes your front rear guard units so strong. Really helpful. 3 Skull Juggler. Reason I run this is I know it's a luck, risk, whatever you want to call it, sort of move, but if you open with this, you bring out your Girl Across the Gap out and soul charge 1. If you can hit, say, a Crimson Beast or Turquoise Beast early on, it's nice for later in the game, so you can try and bring them out from the soul. When I used them, most of the time I actually did hit a card I would love to hit, so I had no real questions about it. The only problem I have with it is that it's only a 7k. That's the only problem I have with it. So I may be testing something different in the near future. 3 Purple Trapezists. Don't run 4, only 3, due to the 6k. I found 4 to be too much. I mean, eventually you want to have strong rear guards for game, at least, and 6k doesn't really do much for me, so I just use these guys' skills. Great combination that she can do is, quickly explain it. If you've got one of these in your soul and one of these out, as well as Girl Across the Gap, you can continuously loop with your counter blasts, and you can basically get your Vanguard to gain 6k just by the cost of one counter blast. Managed to get my Vanguard at one point, I think, to 34k in the game, and my opponent didn't have a perfect guard, so can tell how strong this deck can be when you get the right cards. Onto the grade 2s. 4 Crimson Beast Tamers. Favorite, I think that's probably my favourite Pale Moon card. She's great. As soon as you get into the soul, you're nearly sorted for the whole game. You just got to make sure you keep her in there. You don't want to come to a point where you've got a decision where you may need to pull her out. You want to have at least one in there, then try and get more, so that later on in the game, call them out and really hit hard with the rear guards. Her and the turquoise combined in the same column, 20k. There's not many Vanguards out there that are more than 10k that people ran. When I was at Nationals, I faced one 11k Vanguard, so when I usually play my games, I was constantly hitting for 20, 20 and 20, and the pressure I was putting on the opponent was unreal. 4 Barking Cerberus, just due to the 10k. If you get to call out early on, it gives your opponent something to think about when it comes to calling out their rear guards and trying to attack it, because it means then they probably need a boost if they haven't got their 10k. 2 Dancing Princess of the Night Sky. I only ran 2 due to the next card I'll show you in a minute, but she's a great card. Definitely a good, one of the best cards to put in here for grade 2s. Basically just counter blast once, send your Crimson or your Turquoise to soul to set yourself up nice and early. 2 Fire Breeze Carry. I know people probably won't agree with me using this, but there was a reason behind it. A lot of people seem to run the grade 2 8Ks as interceptors, but that with a turquoise behind it, usually if your opponent's got to guard 15k for them, they won't guard it. So if you've got a counter blast, you can usually gain out of this by drawing a card. 4 Midnight Invader. It's easy to explain. That and a turquoise beast tamer in your rear guard, 21k. There's not a single Vanguard out there except for Crossrides that can really not need to have a 15k guard just to stop it. And finally, 3 Laqueers. The reason I chose her over Sarah builds is I absolutely adore the 3k boost when you bring them out from the soul and her limit break. Amount of times I gained so much out of her limit break because I had a big soul and a big hand already. It just means that in place of wasting your hand, you can keep your hand for guarding. At the same time, you've got a pretty big field presence. But her 3k, with that effect, you can get her up to a very high number. And if you know your opponent has not got a perfect guard, it's really worth it. I think the highest I've got up to is 49k in a practice, but I think she's the best grade 3 to be honest for them when it comes to being the Vanguard. And the limit break, again, the limit break saved me just so many times, especially when I had a small hand. It meant that I could just keep it for guarding. Okay, anyway, that was my deck. If anybody doesn't believe, by the way, that this was a deck that won, just show you quickly. That is one of the certificates. That was for the I think it was the is that the European? Yeah, the European one. It's 3rd place, and then that was the 2nd place one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you want to say anything about the deck, just comment. I don't mind. And yeah, later on in the week, hopefully, I will make a video of the deck and what sort of combinations I use. Alright, cheers guys. Bye now.